Live, blow your brains out. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support. As you know, blow your brains out means forever. That's right. It's not something I do once, it's something that I do always, all the time, forever. Blow your brains out. Tacky and tasteless music and entertainment. That means pouring my motherfucking heart out right here on this stage so that we can have a good time together and hopefully in that process help, you know, impact, is that a better word? The Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas music world, including, of course, heavy fucking metal music. Thank you for being here. And everyone, right now, do me a big favor and say hello to
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
G-Rad.
What's going on out there, BYBO fans? Just going to let y'all know that we're going to have a good time tonight. So come on in and hang out with us.
Damn right, damn right. All right, everybody in the chats, thank you for being here. Tonight is a great night for you to be involved in the show. Right there, you can see the link. This is an open panel show because I do not have a band scheduled to interview. But we're going to take a little time tonight and talk about that because I do have bands on the schedule coming up. So we'll talk about that and many other kick-ass things. So thank you for being here. But again, back to you in the chats. This is your opportunity, really, to hop on, making it easy. I'm going to post this link at the top or pin it at the top is what it's called. But more than anything, I'll be able to pay attention to the chats. So Max, X610 Chill. Oh, yeah, you already know we're going to be listening to some X610 Chill tonight on Blow Your Brains Out. All right. And who else we got over here? The Trespassers. All right. Hello to the Trespassers. Max is your local photographer here. And there might be a couple more in here, so I better go look. I apologize if I missed anyone. But again, if you have any questions for me, any questions for G-Rad, or more important, if you just have music like X610 Chill, you have a what is it? A moderator key. You have a moderator key. So all of y'all post your links there in the chats. And we'll go listen to your music or check out your new cool promotional video. Just tell us what your link is for, and we'll have a good time together doing that. But we will definitely listen to some X610 Chill and some The Trespassers always here at Blow Your Brains Out. There you go. I thought if I talked long enough, somebody else would pop a chat in there. What up, Donnell? Had a good time this weekend. Thank you very much for coming out to the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame to see Rotting Corpse. And then, of course, the band that opened played a lot of badass heavy metal tribute type songs, but mostly Black Sabbath, and they killed it. They switched instruments, and they still killed it. And they switched instruments again, and they still killed it. They went by the name Odious, I believe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. You can go check that out. Last week, it was at Header's birthday party. So happy birthday again to Header. Heavy metal history right there. Always been a good time having him around. All right, check it out. I need my special introduction here. We'll just have to go with a hand clap. How's that? Everybody welcome Scott Beatley to the show. Some Warhog. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm kicking ass, man. I really am having a good time. It's good to see you always. Thanks for being here again.
Man. Yeah. We're finally
on take off these silly shades so I can see you.
Yeah, we finally
man, what has Warhog been up to? A whole lot of stuff. You guys ain't ever gonna stop.
We have had a really busy year. It's been awesome. It really has. Just a lot of shows, a lot of fun shows, and working on music, and It's just keeping the ball rolling, man. It's been wild. We just played with Crypta at Trees a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna do that Halloween show with Vane and Raid, and then we're
Well, I'll tell you
playing.
what I'm going to do. Let's just take a walk together down Facebook Lane.
All
I'm
right.
over here on the Warhog Facebook page. Here's the latest profile picture. Everybody, look at that. It's the rusted, corroded metal version of Warhog.
Some of the artwork from our last EP, the Dystopian Chronicles. So.
All right, so everybody have some fun together. Head over to the Warhog Facebook page and check this out. Okay, we got several shows here. October the 18th, so that's still upcoming. This Trees is the 25th. How about that, dude? All right.
Well, Trees is 26th, so that's Sunday the 26th. That's the next night after the show at Dead Dog with Raid and Vane and Against All Odds. So that'll be a busy weekend for us.
Have you ever played the Dead Dog before?
Friday show, Saturday, October the 25th, the Saturday show. That's at Dead Dog Barn. We'll be talking about that a lot tonight.
Yeah,
but this is really cool. Opening for Crimson Glory, huh?
Yeah. We're really looking forward to that one. That'll be a fun show. We've got tickets for that, so we're going to be selling them at the show at Dead Dog. We'll be taking some down to Austin with us and trying to sell some there. But if people want to go, we'll hook you up with them cheaper than at the door. As always, just message us on our Facebook page and we'll get you going.
Well, I'm sure they're very good live. I know that they have real fans, like people that really like their music. You know, they have their moment.
Mm-hmm.
And man, more than anything, when you guys do shows with a band like this, the number one thing I think, Scott, is they're really going to like Warhog.
I think
so. That's what I hope. We've been lucky. I think even though we play sometimes with bands that we don't always mix up with the best, I think we do a pretty good job entertaining the crowd and folks. We win folks over and do a good job. So. G-Rad, you were asking a question. What were you asking?
Have you ever played the Dead Dog Barn before?
No, we've been to a bunch of shows. Raid's played there a bunch. Wolvera.
I will say Roger's Place is pretty laid back. It's really chill. I'm actually from that area, but I don't live there no more. But I used to play out there back in the days when I was in Verdict of Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are going to love it. It's a great environment. People are very interactive. There's almost always a pit. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Like I said, I've been to a bunch of shows. We just hadn't had the opportunity to play there yet. So when Randy,
you have been to some kick-ass shows at the Dead Dog Barn, haven't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Saw Violent Death out there and Against All Odds.
And we went to see Perceived and
Wolvera.
Did Last of the Same play there? Maybe
we did our Blow Your Brains Out show there. It was with Wolvera, Violent Death, Against All Odds, and
3/4 Ton.
No, it wasn't 3/4 Ton. It was another punk rock band.
Fade the Ace. Was that the one that Fade the Ace played at?
No, it wasn't Fade the Ace.
Well, I saw them play there as well.
Yeah, they definitely did. And I feel horrible. I forget that punk rock band because as one of Dave Jarvis's friends, and he was always, he knew the good music. Yeah. And so he knew the good punk bands too. And they were really good.
I played out at the barn. Actually, speaking of which, we actually played.
Here we go. Hot Cake Hand Grenades.
Back in April at the barn.
Thank you, Dave Jarvis. X610 Chill coming through with the Hot Cake Hand Grenades.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it was good. We're looking forward to that. That'll be fun. And of course, I mean, to get to do a lineup with Raid, May, and Against All Odds it's kind of ridiculous because we share so many friends. That's a big circle of friends.
That's a heller lineup right there.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That'll be fun. I mean, we should probably have a pretty good crowd for that night, and that's Halloween, so everybody's going to be dressing up. We've got costumes and stuff. So, but yeah, that and Crimson Glory is going to be a big weekend for us, and I'm really excited.
All right, and now San Antonio's Hellstar.
Houston, I think.
Houston?
Yeah, which is crazy how that worked out. But we went and we played the Vakken Metal Battle here in town.
I remember at Trees, and y'all won that show at
Yeah.
Trees. What happened after
Yeah,
that?
we went down to Come and Take It Live to play the state level show.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the adventure for us. But I emailed the guy that owns that club, and I was like, hey, we would love to come back down and play if you've got any shows that you could put us on. And he was super nice and was like, yeah, I really enjoyed you guys. Love to have you back down here. Let's just keep in touch. And so I kind of just checked in with him once a month all year long. It was like, anything going on that you could throw us on, would love to come down. And he messaged me back and was like, there's a bill coming in. I think Hellstar is playing. Let me see if I can get you on that bill. Which is wild because we had been wanting to get down to Houston to play with Hellstar. We were trying to kind of get into that,
make that connection,
market to like get on their radar so we could play a Hellstar show, because I feel like that would be a really good thing for us, because I think the overlap of styles and their crowd would probably dig us, and so it's kind of perfect that we get to go back and play Austin. And do Come and Take It Live, because there are a lot of folks that saw us and enjoyed us at the Vakken thing, and we got lots of follows there. Folks on Instagram were checking this out after that show, so I'm hoping that we can have a little bit of draw, and then be playing for a big band like Hellstar is going to be perfect, and so that'll hopefully make some connections and continue to play in Houston and stuff. So. It's a good way for us to start ending the year. We've got a couple other shows after that, but
all right. Well, congratulations, brother. You already know I admire the hustle. This is great for you guys all the way around, because Hellstar may come here to play. I mean, I think they have in the last year or two. I can't remember.
Yeah, they might have. It's
so there's that, and then maybe you guys can do another show down there in Houston. But
would love to.
They'll definitely have you back at Come and Take It.
I hope so. Well,
look, they're having you back already, so they'll definitely have you back. Yeah. This is a killer show. I'd say this is a road trip worthy show. Everyone listening, y'all might want to check your work schedule. What day is this? A Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. So. We can all caravan
so that
down.
Sounds like a weekend in Austin right there.
That's what we're going to be doing. So, yeah.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
What would you say was your favorite show that you have played so far?
Oh, man, let's see. We that first show that we did at Trees at the beginning of 24 was a lot of fun for a lot of different reasons. It's Crypto right after that was great. I would have to. Well, let me think.
That'll get your gears grounded.
It's hard to say. I mean, we've had some really fun shows.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've all been kind of weird and quirky for their different reasons. Like we played with Texas Hippie Coalition, I guess last fall, and one of the bands, I guess, dropped off the bill right at the last minute, and so there was like, they were like the second band and we were the fifth band, and the third band didn't want to move up, and because they were like, well, our friends aren't going to be here for another 45 minutes. And we were just sitting there in Halton Theater thinking like, oh my God, are they just going to play Spotify tunes for the next hour? We'll just go play. We needed to practice. We needed to just keep working on songs. So we actually played 2 sets that night. We kind of like opened for ourselves. I think there was a band that played first, and then we played for 40 minutes and got off stage. I think Lone Star Conspiracy came on and played after us, and then we got back on stage and played for another 45 minutes, and then I was just like, who does that? That
had to be interesting in this, especially in the sense that had to be interesting considering you had to like take y'all's equipment off and put it back on and take it.
Well, but what was nice was we played 2 totally different sets. We had enough material that we played we played 13 or 14 songs, and they were all different. So everybody that was there got to see a whole lot of Warhogs. That was a lot of fun. We played in February with Venom and our friends in Salem's Child, and that was a lot of fun. That was a great show because we got to hang out with those guys, and you get to meet Tony and everybody from Venom Inc. was so nice, and it was like they were so down to earth and cool. Yeah, that was a really great show. But those first couple of shows at Trees have been awesome. We've been lucky. We've had some really good experiences.
Have you ever been in one of those situations where like everything that could go wrong has gone wrong before the show time, but when you get up there, it's one of the best shows you've ever played?
That was this last time we played at Trees. Actually, we got there. There were supposed to be 5 bands on the bill, and we found out maybe 2 or 3 days before that one of them fell off for whatever reason, and we were going to be the second band of the lineup that night. And so I texted Clint, who owns Trees, and was like, "Hey, I just want to make sure our set time, because I know that there's a band that dropped off, and there was a miscommunication somewhere." I got there and was like, told all the sound guys, I was like, I was told that we're playing at 8:15. Does that sound right? And they all looked at their phones and they were like, "Yep, there's a band that's supposed to play at 8:15. And we're like, "Okay, that's us, right?" And everybody's like, "Yep." Well, no one had accounted for the other local opener that was there with us, the Black Mariah. They were not like named on that list, and so they were actually the 8:15 band, and we were the 7:30 band. So at 7:30, they're calling us like, "Where are you guys? You're supposed to be on stage." And we were like, "We're eating tacos. We're at Revolver Taco." We were, what's
I haven't even got my copy yet.
Yeah, so we had to like, Eric's wife like boxed up all our stuff for us, like while we ran across the street and just like jumped on stage and played. And so but it was one of those like, oh hell, what's going on? And we just played. We did our 30-minute set and nailed every song and had a great little show for that night. And then went and sold a bunch of t-shirts. It was good. That was probably the most recent kind of, oh shit, it's all falling apart. All like I just hate getting the phone call from my bass player inside a venue that's like blasting music, and he's like, "I'm looking for you." I was like, "No one knows what's going on." I was like, "Oh shit, I'll play. We'll be right there." I think it's somewhere around, and they're like an international touring band, and here we are eating tacos during stage time. It's like, I can't do anything about it. We'll be there. So,
and it turns out to be an awesome show, right?
Oh, we had a great time. Yeah, we had a fun show, and we played. And
I remember one time I was doing a gig with Verdict of Vengeance, and we were playing at Dream World back in the days, and they had that second stage set up in the back, and the stage was really, really wobbly and loose. Like you could literally shake it just by moving around on it. So we were literally trying to physically tear the stage apart just by playing on it, by shaking and headbanging all in sync and everything. And I'm like, I'm back there in my drum rack and everything. I was like, man, if this thing falls, this is going to hurt like hell, but it's going to look so cool.
Right. It's good rock and roll.
All right. Well, my favorite Warhog show was the Blow Your Brains Out show at Dead Dog Barn. And don't look now, everybody, but look who snuck up on the panel. None other than Dave motherfucking Jarvis.
Hey.
How are you, man? Thanks for being ready and telling us.
Good. I was getting a little worried there, but I'm glad. Better late than never.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, tell us about this overwhelming response to the new X610 Chill release.
Oh, we're doing pretty good numbers actually.
Heard your number one on the
music
chart.
Video. Right, yeah, the music video for Intangible Pleasure Garden is doing quite well, and while I'm doing that, I'm also parading around the remix track I did with Shade from Here for Now all over the country. So I'm just hitting up all these little internet radio stations and all these college radio stations, and yeah, I'm getting a pretty decent response, I must say. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
What you been up to, man?
Well, I heard this new X610 Chill was a hit right up there with the new Limp Bizkit song.
Shit, if I could be making Fred Durst money, I would have a much better headset.
I could afford to pay attention.
Right. I'll trade in my backwards hat for a better microphone.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a deal right there. I mean, who needs Fred Durst money? All you need is
right. Just one of those days.
Come on, y'all.
I'm feeling the lighters.
Can you feel it? No. Maybe. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I gotta jump off and help get the kids to bed, but I just wanted to stop by and say hi, and it was good to chat with y'all. And
all right, real quick before you go, does anybody have another question for Scott Beatley of Warhog?
I do actually have one last question. Who would you consider to be one of y'all's major influences musically?
Iron Maiden. Just bar none, Iron Maiden.
Sweet.
Do you have a favorite Iron Maiden record?
A Peace of Mind.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Easy peasy. I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan. Eric is a big Iron Maiden fan. I mean, we like Sabbath and old school 80s thrash stuff. But yeah, that's where I go. So
in a lot of ways, Peace of Mind was kind of like the apex of what Maiden was doing.
Yeah, it's them firing on all 8 cylinders. It's the best. It doesn't really get much better than that. People will tell you
I feel that way about really all 4 of the first records.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's not hating on the ones that came after, but certainly Peace of Mind, Number of the Beast, Killers, and the first Iron Maiden record are the best fucking heavy metal records of all time.
They were ratcheting up to Peace of Mind. That is fully formed Iron Maiden the way it should be, right out of the gate. It's perfect. So
yeah, and you got a whole variety of a band in 4 records too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I gotta go get the kids going. We'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a nice night.
Thank you, Scott Beatley and Warhog. All the best
easy,
always. We'll see you for the Halloween show.
Yes, we'll see you there. All right, bye, y'all.
Peace. And the crowd
all right,
goes wild.
T-Rad, how are you, man? Come at me with your best X610 Chill questions.
Oh man, I would have to say the same thing. What would y'all consider y'all's major influence at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Oh shit. Well, it's just me. Well, no, it's just me. There's nobody else. Really, it's just what I'm feeling when I go into the studio on that particular day. Yeah, right now I'm working on some classical symphonic type stuff. The thing I did with Shade was like a latter stage Ministry meets some Chemical Brothers kind of shit. I got a new video coming out on the 15th of October and a new single of the same on the 21st. That was done over at Alpha Omega Studios with the legendary Ty Macklin. The video was done with Mike Lambert, which I do all my videos with. This one is more of I guess you would call it maybe like an old school 90s like 3/6 type thing, but a lot weirder because it's got a weird off tempo type thing. I've been screwing around with a lot of like weird tempos, like 7/16 or like 5/8.
That sounds like my kind of gig,
sorry,
man.
This is total nerd shit. Yes, it's total nerd shit. A whole bunch of letters and numbers and weird colored graphs. But when it's all said and done, right. But when it's all said and done, it's music that I'm very proud of. And
absolutely,
I got music videos going on all the way through March of next year, and I pretty much spend all my available time in the studio or working on music videos, and just heavily stacking the next few months.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, realistically, that's it's like me. I'd work on my solo material on top of the now 7 bands that I'm in. I keep working time for my solo stuff because to me that's like my outlet. That's kind of how I, vent, so to speak, musically, and rather than, taking any kind of like medication for anxiety or frustrations or anything. I just play music. That's just what I do,
Yeah.
Man, I definitely got to check some of that stuff out because that sounds like it's right up my alley. Because I'm actually a huge fan of the Final Fantasy franchise music, and that's where I draw a lot of my influence from. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of weird.
The new. Oh no, dude! I love some Final Fantasy stuff. They had some great soundtracks.
They do. They really do.
But yeah, this most recent one that I just released, Intangible Pleasure Garden, that's got that kind of late in the evening 90s kind of raver type feel to it. So it's definitely some glow sticks and face glitter type music.
Oh, nice. Oh, man. So what else been going on with you, bro? It's been a while.
I'm sorry, both of y'all were talking.
I know, right?
What have I been up to? Man, I'm just making music in the various studios around DFW, and I'm just making some good chill music for everybody to vibe to, and go driving around or play dominoes or just making some good instrumental type stuff. I'm always down to collaborate. I'm in the process of working on a song with Ariel from Against All Odds.
Nice.
This will be like our third. This is our third attempt at trying to make a song happen. Currently, I'm almost finished with a really cool Wu-Tang style cypher song with like Metal Mike, with who else? Hank Chip Tooth. Lil Tangy, Darby. So I've got my fingers in multiple pies.
Yeah, I definitely maybe could work on something with you someday.
I'd love to. I always love working with other people, man.
Right. That'd be kind of cool. I'd have to definitely keep in touch on that one.
Yeah, and I'm not just relegated to like rap or techno. Yeah, I did a really good song with Steve from Rivethead, which was like pure industrial metal, and I'm very proud of that one as well.
Steve is an awesome dude.
Steve threw it down on that one. Yes, sir. I also did like a weird goth pop track with Katie Lynn, and that turned out way better than I expected. So that was pretty cool. Love Katie Lynn. Shout out Katie.
A newer one or the same one that I have?
Yeah, the one you have.
I'm going through my email now. It's easier to do it that way to find songs than it is to this computer.
Yeah, I got to actually see Caitlin perform once.
She's great, man, and she's a real cool, down to earth.
I never got to meet her though.
It's amazing that she's nationally and possibly internationally known, but she's real cool.
Yeah, I heard it's really difficult actually.
I heard her on that Trespasser song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember we had her. Yeah, we had her on the show this one time, and it was a great conversation. And we talked about what life was like after America's Got Talent ended, and what all that goes into. Because that's like a high that I can't possibly imagine. And she experienced it when she was like 11. Performing for the world.
Yeah.
Yep. She was obviously had a unique life before that, though, just to grow up around music enough or have her parents support her enough to, have her play a guitar and, however she learned how to play. Those are unique circumstances there. But yeah, you're right, to be before a national audience. Yeah, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all like me.
Who doesn't?
Because I just pissed my pants.
So, Rick, were you out and about this last weekend?
Yes, the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame for Header's birthday party. It was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
I'm glad that went well.
Everything about it was really cool because Rotting Corpse played there. And man, it was it was a free show. So it was a free show. There was pizza, beer, sodas, water, and then this band that opened was a combination of some guys from the band Accuser and some other kids, and they basically played a bunch of songs, but they played mostly Black Sabbath songs in a real heavy metal style, like the way you'd really like to hear it, I mean, they were very good, just young kids playing fucking metal. And so there were a bunch of kids, bunch of adults. I mean, it was so much like a cool scene. Such a great vibe there this Saturday. No, it's Friday at Heavy Metal Hall of Fame in downtown Arlington.
Yeah, I could not be there. I had a show at the Electric Starship Arcade.
Okay.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
That actually went pretty well. First time being there, and I got my ass whooped at air hockey, but I didn't give up without a fight. But anyways, Lost in Nostalgia got a chance to play that for about 2.5 hours. And yeah, everybody seemed to love it. That's what they want us to come back. And the stage apparently looks pretty cool from what I was given a description of. It looks like we're playing on another planet. There's the stage backdrop, and the drum riser has like lights underneath it that make it look like I'm on a spaceship. Small drum riser, but I was able to get my little kit up there that I use for that band. My kit would not have fit.
Do you have videos?
And what were some?
Yeah, there's videos.
What were some of the highlights? What were some of the highlight songs?
Some of the highlight songs, of course, we're a cover band, so we cover a lot of stuff. We played "In the End" by Linkin Park. People really got into that one, and right now, apparently, one of our more popular songs is our cover of "Enjoy the Silence" by Depeche Mode.
Really cool.
Okay.
And then we
oh, dude, Depeche Mode is awesome.
Yeah, I do. I'm actually would like to get a couple more songs by them in our arsenal eventually. Right now, we got over 110 songs that we can play.
Damn.
And Tom Sawyer kind of lit up the night a little bit too. So that was not an easy song to play if you don't pay attention.
I can imagine. Going back to Linkin Park, are you a fan of the new singer?
New singer? Oh, Linkin Park? I don't know, man. How about you, G-Rad?
I'd have to listen to it in detail. Not just in the background, but in detail, just to be able to really honestly give you an opinion on that. Because
they'd have to force feed it down our throats on the radio for all day, every day for a few months. Then I might like it.
Yeah.
Right. But see, like all the keyboard and samples and backing tracks that you hear that we do, I program or play all that and record it and set it up on my sampler so I can play it to a click. So it's like having a fourth member without having a fourth member.
Sure.
Because we use it for like Limp Bizkit's My Way, Enjoy the Silence, The World I Know, Tom Sawyer. We're actually working on Somebody Told Me by the Killers. Or at least we plan on working on that eventually.
It's
modern day disco.
What?
Oh, that killer song that somebody told me that was very disco-esque.
Yeah, it's kind of got that disco feel to it. Yeah. And then, I mean, like some of the other songs, like we play Born to Be Wild. We haven't played that one in a while, but we're going to play it again this weekend for the first time in a while. And then, like, we play our version of Paint It Black.
Nothing wrong with some Rolling Stones.
No, there's not at all. And I eventually want us to. We also play. There's another song that they put on our set, back on our set eventually. Is With or Without You by U2.
I could live without.
That brings me back.
That one.
Yeah, and then right now one of our first openers is Machine Head by Bush. Lately, we've been opening our shows with either Come Down or Machine Head. And some of the other songs we play are like Mary Jane's Last Dance, Kryptonite, Come a Little Closer by Cage the Elephant, When I Come Around, Their Basket Case by Green Day. You know, we're pretty much all over the place.
This is true.
Yeah.
And it all sounds good.
Do y'all play them note for note, or do you put your own like spin on them?
Yes. Most of the stuff that we do has like a 90s alternative spin to it. Especially our version of Paint It Black and Light My Fire by the Doors. Everybody's like, how are you going to play that without a keyboardist? You just wait and listen.
Well, I can tell you, I've heard, you know, I saw Lost in Nostalgia, and, you know, there's a wide variety of songs, and you know, the band's personality is definitely, you know, carries through the entire set. So all of the songs. But at the same time, there's so much talent in the band that, you know, it works. You guys I think y'all are too good for small shows. I think y'all belong on, you know, y'all should be doing all the city shows, like the big flower festival in Richardson and the fall down to your drink to your fall down.
Yeah, we're working on that. Actually, we got a weekend coming up in Corpus Christi. Actually, well, right now we're scheduled
to easily play in front of 2,000 to 10,000 people, and they would all be moving and dancing and having a good time.
Well, we'd love to do something like that for sure. I mean, we've gotten to play some great stuff. We've actually played at the Texas Motorplex back in 2021 for some kind of racing event they had back in October.
Hey, check it out. Somebody has joined. Hey, hello. Trespassers. Hello, Kurt.
What's happening?
Just all having a good time.
Right on, right on. I've been listening. I figured I might as well just go on and join in.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. We're just hanging out tonight.
That's cool.
I do have a band scheduled to interview next week. Tell you who it is in a minute.
Talking about some cool stuff. Yeah, the Trespassers, we've been kind of taking a hiatus because, you know, Lynn got married and he went on his honeymoon to Colorado and had a good old time there. And we're just kind of waiting to get back together. Then we're going to start recording some more. Got a couple more shows, and we're getting ready to go back in the studio and really hit it hard.
How about that?
There you go.
That's a new StreamYard feature.
Hey, fancy.
Yeah. They've got several of them.
That's cool.
I never use them, though. I just was making space here so I can upload these other graphics, and saw it, put it up there.
My phone's going off.
Yeah, you're popular.
All right, so
see you on Blow Your Brains Out. What's going on there, Trespassers?
Right.
Yeah, how have your shows been going?
So I haven't been on. Played at
Dead Dog Barn.
Yeah, Dead Dog Barn.
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of fun there. It was like 4th of July weekend, the weekend after 4th of July or something. So I mean, it was like super freaking hot, man. We were dying, but It was fun. It was fun. I mean, you know, he's got some big fans out there, so I mean, it never got dangerous or anything like that, you know. But it was hot as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. But it was still fun. We had a blast. But
yeah, they're going to have some much better weather Saturday, October the 25th.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we went out there and did the show behind the Red Barn earlier in the year. And it was, you know, that was like in January, something right around in there. And it was nice and cool in the barn. It was fun, man. And, but yeah, it's a really neat place. Roger's a great dude, you know, super down to earth. Everybody there is there to have fun.
Yeah, I love it
So
out there.
this one time, dude, Roger and Ben and all them, they once did a movie called An Evening with Dank that I was very happy to be a part of. I think that maybe they should do a sequel, An Evening with the Trespassers. Just throwing that out there.
A movie with any band they choose.
Yeah, it was fun, man. We had a good time out there. We've been having a lot of fun doing all these shows. We've got 2 more coming up. One at Reno's here in about 10 days. Today's the 1st. Yeah, we're playing on the 11th. And then the weekend after that, we're playing in Midlothian at the Oasis. And that's a good show. I really like that place. It's got a really nice, huge stage. And got a really good sound system.
I was curious something about the Trespassers. Are y'all like comfortable switching between y'all being the only non-metal band to being the heaviest band of the lineup, depending on what the venue is?
Yeah, it's fun, man. Sometimes we go in, we're like, damn, I think we might be too heavy for these folks. And sometimes we play and we're like, man, I don't know if we're heavy enough, you know. But we throw in some pretty heavy stuff. You know, our stuff, we can get some fast going stuff, that's for sure.
Do you find the reaction of the crowd is similar?
Oh man, everybody seems to like it. I mean, you know, we haven't had any bad input. You know, you normally don't when you're at your shows unless you're really bad. But I mean, you know, we seem to always win over some more folks. Everybody seems to like it. You know, we have fun. I mean, that's really what it's about, man. I'm up there to have some fun. And you know,
what does a Trespassers mosh pit look like?
It's what is it? It's the.
Bet you there's a couple of pretty girls in there.
Yeah, yeah, in the square pit.
That's pretty good. It's a square pit.
That's right. But I don't know if we've ever had any mosh pit of all that. People just look at us like, damn, these old folks are playing. Check them out.
Yeah, I feel the same way about the Trespassers. You guys could play any full bar, you know, where people are just having a good time and drinking and entertained. People wouldn't have to know your music or know who you are.
Right.
So I'd love to see you guys get out. How about the show you did out in Midlothian? Was that how was the crowd at that show at the Oasis?
It was great. It was great. It was a really good sized crowd, and man, it was fun. Like I said, their stage is really big, and I use in-ear monitors when I play when I can, so I don't have to move around. I got wireless everything, so I like to move around and act stupid. Hopefully, I don't ever fall down, but that might be funny. So what the hell,
Especially when you're dancing on the bar.
Yeah, as long as it's entertaining, that's all I give a shit about.
Speaking of dancing on the bar, Steve Sorum in the chats here, also known as Metal Steve, he will mosh in your the Trespassers pit. Says, I'll mosh for you.
Hell yeah. Come on.
He's all mosh, no joke. He even moshes while playing his guitar. Seriously. We do that in Texicity. He'll mosh to play with us at the same time.
I see the stuff here about
I tell you.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. We did work with her in the studio. First time I met with her, we were actually gonna lay down some vocals, and she came over. I had no idea what to expect, and she is super down to earth. She's the tiniest little, cutest little thing you've ever seen, and she's just got excellent voice, and she's just super fun. And she's hung around us enough where she knows we're a safe place. We're not gonna hit on her or any of that kind of shit. We're just there to have fun, and so she likes to hang out with us. And she actually played at Lynn's wedding this past Saturday, this Saturday before last, right? And so that was fun. So we got to hang out and party with her. We went over to Lynn's house after. we got our rehearsal studio over there, so we had kind of an open jam over there. I was the the bass player for the night. Everybody was getting up playing, half a Metallica song, and they do something else. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
I'm curious. Trespassers, they have like such an awesome sound that y'all can open or close, and it all makes sense. When I was playing like frequently, the sweet spot to play was usually between 10 and 11. Is that still the case?
Yeah. I want to say, honestly, with folks that start getting up to the age we're at, people like to see you in between probably 8, 9, 10, 11.
I'd say 9, 10, 11. Yeah. There's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Back in the green days.
But I like, it doesn't matter where we are in the lineup, man. I just get up there and give it my all and try to entertain people. If they like it, great. If they don't, well, too fucking bad. They're going to watch me anyway.
Well, I'd like to say, not only do I enjoy the music and have been playing it here on Blow Your Brains Out and BYBO Radio forever, but, I know you, Kurt, from playing in a progressive metal band. You were a great bass player 30 years ago, like an exceptional bass player. And I feel about Adam like he's somewhere between Billy Gibbons and I don't know. He's got his own unique original style to be so kind of country and Billy Gibbons at the same time.
Very gritty. I like it.
Yeah, he's got definitely interesting voice.
Well, I think it's extremely enjoyable, man. I don't think anybody wouldn't enjoy it. Speaking of that, I want to go check out that video. I saw you publish a video this week with the chick singing.
Oh yeah, man! I put something every day. I try to post at least something that's probably no longer than 20 seconds. Something like that. I try to do something every day.
Yeah, but that's all right. If it's on the Trespassers page, we'll go check that out. Real quick, check out on the screen here. This is next week. I want to encourage everyone to tune in next week to check out Samidi's Razor. Am I saying that right?
Samidi's
Razor. Samidi's. This is a local band.
Yeah.
This is a local band that was cool enough to reach out to me, and I was like, well, fuck yeah, goddamn right. We'll see you next week. So everybody keep that in mind. This is their show coming up. Or wait, this has already happened.
No, that's the show. They're playing with us. That's Reno's.
Yeah, October 11th, right there in my face. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show. I know Andreas, the drummer, he played a little bit, did some studio work with us over here with Steve Mosley. He's a really super nice guy, the drummer for the band. And his significant other is the Silly Goose, which is Silly Goose anniversary, right? With Peter and Frank on. So
Texas cool birthday.
Yeah, it's kind of
come cool early.
It's my understanding. It's my understanding how
the Kurt, show. Speak up a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just want to make sure that everybody can hear you as best as possible.
Yeah, my understanding how this gig came together was Adam and Tex and I can't remember the brother's name from then on, are friends online, and they've been wanting to do a gig together for a while, and just finally this is how it ended up being. So that's cool. I think they're excited about all getting together and jam.
Yeah. All right. Heller lineup. There it is at Reno's, everybody. The Silly Goose anniversary. I feel like we're family around here. We've been doing Blow Your Brains Out and had Silly Goosey on a couple of times back in the early days. So this is a pretty killer
Hey, Kurt,
show.
Kurt, I'm curious, are there any great local bands out there that y'all haven't played with that y'all would love to, that are still active?
Like local or just anything?
Yeah, local.
Local. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, you know, we played with Dank out there at, and I thought they were cool as shit, man. I really had fun with that. And
you were right about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, local bands to play with. It's kind of a different, you know, that I mean, for me, it's a totally different scene. So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, you know, I grew up, you know, playing with Gamma Side and, you know, shit like that, you know, and so it's hard to say. I'd love us to play all kinds of stuff. What I'm interested in is really playing different venues that we can reach out to that are, you know, kind of larger venues than just smaller clubs, you know, places that you can get, you know, 200-300 people in and, you know, do opening gigs and stuff like that, get some foot in the door for those sort of places. But, you know, they want you to play, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 hour shows, you know, most of the time. And half of the songs have to be covers. You know, at least half of them. So unless you're like a touring gig and you've got, you know, a couple of bands that you're touring with, you know, sort of thing.
All right. Well, then that leads directly to the next question. When is the Trespassers tour going to kick off?
Well, honestly,
hey. The DFW Grand Final Tour.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to push pause.
Oh, it's all good. I was laughing. No, we're
all right. Let's listen to
back.
Go, Eddie. Hey, what's up, guys? We're Somebody's Razor.
We have a show coming up October 11th at Reno's for the Silly Goose Anniversary for Silly Goose Productions.
It's going to be a little bit heavier than our last few shows as far as the remaining bands. Creeper is headlining that night. They're pretty badass. Check them out. Absolutely.
The Trespassers are also on there. Then On is also on there. A lot of good friends that we know are playing. So come out. It's in Deep Ellum at Reno's.
Reno's in Deep Ellum. And we should have at least one new song. We may be test driving a second. So if you really want to catch the train wreck, be there. No holds barred. That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right.
Thank y'all.
All right. There it is.
For some reason, I'm trying
to tell
to
you what, I think them boys were hopped up on goofballs.
Now, I don't know if they're all original or what, but I'm interested to see them play.
Well, tune in here next Wednesday, 8 p.m. for an exclusive interview. I asked him if they like to talk, and he said, yeah, they like to talk. And as you can see here, they do. So we'll have a good time together next week. Y'all come on back.
I like them.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see. The Trespassers. Let's go through the Trespassers Facebook page and see what all's going on over here, because I want to see if we can catch that song with Katie. That's it, isn't it?
No.
A shadow falls across the gallows pole. You swing man.
Very good at it. Yeah, there was one with Katie doing the song that y'all do together with her.
Yeah, you scroll on down. I'll show you where it is. Not there. Keep going. Going.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
The slogan for the Trespassers should be "Get off my lawn."
That's exactly what I was trying to come up with. Good job. I was just saying to myself, I can't. There's some kind of joke about properties and trespassers, and I just can't put it together. I'm on your lawn and I'm not supposed to be tour.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Both of those videos were done at the same gig from the
Dead Dog Barn.
Go on, get your shit,
Get out.
get your shit, get out. Same thing enough now. Trample on eggshells all day. Go on, get your shit, get out.
So we got enough time.
Oh man, she's got a Loretta Lynn thing going on that one. That's cool.
Yeah. She had a lot of fun doing it, man. She was excited about doing it. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff on this thing, and I post something every day. And that's at the Dead Dog Barn.
All right. Good videos, Kurt. Appreciate you taking the time to do those.
Oh, thanks, man. I have fun doing them.
Huzzah!
Trying to drum up something every day.
Ba-doom.
Yeah, I have a drum kit, but I'm just too tired to get to it right now.
I have a very small, like I'm limited here, but I do have a very limited drum kit.
There we go.
That's okay. We care about the drum beat that's in your soul, Rick.
There you go.
Well, and the ones that come out of yours, such as some of these cool X610 chill songs you've already done, and the ones that you have coming up, man, I'm really excited to hear the new X610 chill.
For sure.
Well, thanks, brother. I know. The crowd for this show is not really huge fans of the kind of music that I make, but it's still pretty cool to to bring it out, and maybe a couple of y'all are down to take drugs and listen to my music.
I don't do the drugs do me.
We did acid here and watched your release last year, didn't we?
We've done a few releases over the years, absolutely.
So LSD was something about LSD was involved. I can't remember.
I'm sure. Shit.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I used to mess around with Reason in the studio a lot. You know, what Steinberg has Reason talking about. It's an app for synth and all kinds of different stuff. It's really cool. I say an app; it was a program at the time. But I used to really dig it, man. Used to do have a lot of fun playing around with it, man. For me, you know, music is. If I'm not having fun at it, man, I don't want to do it. You know, and I just have a lot of fun, you know, playing music and stuff. That's one of the things I enjoy about playing with the Trespassers. You know, is you know, it's fun for me to play. You know, and
sure,
you know, that's that. I just have a lot of, you know. To me, that's what it's about.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna make music, if you're gonna do anything, make sure that you enjoy doing it. Because otherwise, you know, if you come up short in your mind, then you're just gonna make yourself miserable. So you gotta just keep enjoying every little bit, and not just that, but enjoy every failure. There are going to be many, but always treat them as a learning experience.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the music industry, man, sour, you know. I mean, if you think about all, you know, how an artist gets screwed over in so many different ways. But, I mean, you know, the fact is you still have to create. I mean, that's the whole deal, you know. That's what it's all about. People pervert the creation, you know, but it's all about the creation as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're going to be judged by the work that you did. So if what you did was fantastic, people will overlook, that tweet that you made 10 years ago.
Right.
Well, much respect to both of you for all of the, excellent music you've both been involved in creating.
Oh man, like I
Well,
said,
thank you, bro.
It's about fun for me, man. It's what started off when I was a kid, playing. I just,
Well, there's two aspects of it. There's the performing, and recording. And X610 Chill, Dave Jarvis, is purely a recording artist. Is there ever a chance that we'll see a live version of X610 Chill?
I'll be honest, dude. I have been toying with that for years. And honestly, I would need multiple people to put that together, because it would have to be an experience. It would have to be something that you could not recreate anywhere else. And I feel like that would take a lot of money, and it would take a lot of, like, I wouldn't say party planners, but people that know the proper lights, the proper sound, the proper aesthetics. And but if anybody out there knows somebody that could make that one of a kind type of concert happen, and where I have to do the minimal amount, I am all about it.
Your best bet in a situation like that would be just be like a DJ kind of thing. And if you have a light show of your own,
I think I already know the answer to that. I think what we're talking about here is a, not quite $1 billion production, but a multi-million-dollar Pink Floyd type production. And if you think I'm kidding, let's listen to some X610 Chill music. I stand behind this shit. Not that it's Pink Floyd, but this is like, this is epic level music, yo. You mind if I play a song, Dave Jarvis?
Sure, bro. Thank you.
All right. I've got a plan here to go ahead and start this song and come back over here. I've done this before. All right. What
There you
came
go.
first, the idea for the video or the song?
Oh, the song always comes first. I never know what I never even know what the song is going to be when I start off. I go into the studio, whoever the engineer is, I say, give me a number between 60 and 180. And then from there, I just I throw baloney against the wall and see what doesn't fall down.
All right. So, Kurt, G-Rad, you guys got an opinion on what you just heard?
I do, even though, of course, y'all know I could not see the video. But in my head, I am picturing like so many different things going on. Like that sounds like something that could easily be part of a movie soundtrack, a motion picture soundtrack, or some kind of thing. And that kind of stuff is actually very, right up my alley in terms of like inspiration and such. And like in my head, I'm picturing multiple different things, like somebody walking around in the unknown, or opening credits, or even like a mysterious kind of like unknown kind of thing happening, and you have no way of explaining it. And that's just the kind of music that we're playing in the background in that type of situation. But it sounds excellent. I really dig that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like my little hidden gem for me, is like I don't really open up a lot about the true inspirations of my music, but that's exactly right up my alley when it comes to like stuff that drives me, not so much more than just rock, but stuff like that. That's really good. I liked it.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much, man.
For sure, man.
My experience was I could see the video, but I couldn't hear the music. I don't know what the deal was up with that, but the video was cool itself. Where did you put
all the pretty colors?
So the video is a lot of cathedral scenes for the record, G-Rad. He couldn't see it, so it's inside these large cathedrals primarily.
Oh, wow. So I was pretty close then.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. You got to hear the music, and Kurt Joy got to see the video and not hear the music.
Yeah.
Deaf and blind here.
Yeah, when I made that track, I was listening to a lot of chain gang hymns that they recorded back in like the 30s and 40s. And so that was just the driving, just pickaxe of the beat. And then, my grandparents were Catholic, so I've definitely been around, the Catholic choirs, and there's something haunting and beautiful about them. So I just thought I'd combine the two.
Hey, it worked. I think it worked anyways.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the existential, that was always born out of, I can't make this music physically with another band.
Right.
I can see why.
G-Rad has known me, for 20, almost 30 years. I've been in punk, metal, and rock bands, and this is all the stuff that I have never been able to do with bands.
This is true.
And this is just one song. He covers so many variations of styles, and we'll play a couple more. So everybody hang around for some more variations of Dave Jarvis.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
A good old friend of ours wanted me to tell you hello.
Hi, good old friend of ours.
A good old friend of ours by the name of Jack. Do you remember her? She used to frequent the
Jackie?
Grand Forums a lot. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm still in
Hell
contact with her.
I was about to play some guessing music.
Yep. Tell me to tell you what's up.
Right. What's up, Jackie? Hell yeah. Good to hear you, or hear from you. Yeah. I'd say the biggest surprise out of the entire Grain camp is that all four of us are still alive. That's the really crazy part. if y'all knew us back, 20 years ago, you knew that there was no drug that we wouldn't take and no meal that we wouldn't pass up because we couldn't afford it.
Man, I remember the grain MPF parties that we would have, and y'all be surprised I would even hang with y'all. And it's like, VOV silhouette, what the hell is this guy doing here? But I mean, those are some fun times back then.
Such great times. Yeah, you were talking about earlier, when shitty, fucked up shit would happen and we'd still play great gigs. I remember we played one out in East Texas and it was outdoors, it wasn't covered, and it was raining, and we still played, and you could see the sparks like every now and then on the cables that were run in front of the stage. It was
man.
Well, just don't touch your lips to the mic. You'll be all right.
Oh, I know that's right. But I remember seeing like so many different grain shows, and whatever happened to Nick, anyways?
That is a good question. I haven't seen Nick in a good while. I know that he is an award-winning, multiple-year award-winning brewmeister. Like, he has routinely, for at least 10 years, made what was usually voted the best lager in DFW. Other than that, I have no idea.
Yeah, and of course I know.
Awesome. I love a good brewer.
Right. I know last thing I heard from Rick, he was actually playing with Low Gear, I think it was.
Oh yeah, Rick's got a similar setup to you in that he's playing with like several dozen bands.
Right.
So he drums for Crush Point, he drums for Lud. Really? He drummed for Kill for Mother. He's done spot gigs for Dank. We've done a few grain reunions over the years. So yeah, that dude's busy.
He was always a good drummer even back then. I've always enjoyed listening to him play. I've always enjoyed listening to y'all because y'all were very talented. I still jam the CDs even now.
Dude, you're so lucky that you've seen grain that many times. Like somehow I've seen Kill for Mother 2 or 3 times, and I never saw grain.
Oh, I tell you, there was a show, and I do mean it was a show. Even the crowd was going crazy, and they always drew a crowd.
Well, I've watched almost all the videos on the X610 YouTube channel. I'll share the link in the chats here in just a minute, everyone. You can go to the X610 YouTube channel to see and listen to all the great X610 chill music and also all the killer dank shit, the records and the live shows. It's pretty extensive, right, Dave Jarvis?
Absolutely. And there are still more grain videos on the horizon. So y'all keep your eyes peeled.
I will keep my ears peeled.
Well, I've noticed that you put them out every couple of months or so. It's kind of like everything else, but I'll see a new grain.
Open up the archives.
Video pop up on your YouTube channel every 3 months or so.
And dude, as soon as I can find some kind of a VCR that can convert those really tiny VHSs into MP4s, I will make more videos. But unfortunately, it's hard to find that technology these days.
You talking about a Hi8?
I don't know. The VHSs, they were probably like 3 inches by 5 inches. They're really tiny for the really tiny camcorders for the mid 2000s, and I've got a whole library full of them. But I have no device to play it in to convert it.
Oh darn, man! I actually used a TV capture card to do that back in the days. Because it had the auxiliary, input for RCA, red, white, and yellow, and that's all I had back then. So that's actually how I got the Taste of Chaos tour on my YouTube channel from Verdict of Vengeance. Even though the quality is choppy, but there was an old computer, and that's all I had to work with. But I get it, man. There's a bunch of stuff that if I could, open up my old archives, especially the Slugfest shows and stuff that I have on,
Oh,
somewhere.
dude, the Slugfest shows. Those Slugfest shows were so fucking fun. Lord Slug would just throw piles of cheeseburgers out to the audience.
Dude, they were a band that honestly, I think if they have gotten people in say they would have been a perfect movie party band, especially because back then that's what was popular was those teenage party movies. They would have been the perfect band for something like that. Because they had such fun crowd pleasers.
Dude, we came in at the wrong time because when our crowd of bands, My Plastic Friends and Negative 263 and Mile Zero and Daimonian and Descent and all of us just came up, it was right after the wave of, Bowling for Soup and Blue October and all the bands that actually made it, Slow Roosevelt, the Pimpedelic, and we were like the afterthought. So we had to like create our own scene, which was way heavier than, Drowning Pool was probably the heaviest of that whole crew that actually made it from DFW. And by the time, by the time we came about and we figured out our own sound and all of us, figured out our own scene, the movement had moved on and national media wasn't clued in to DFW. It moved towards Houston, which is where all the rap was coming up. At the time, Mike Jones and Chameleonaire and all that shit, and metal was just kind of an afterthought. And very few metal bands really made it to the mainstream after like Lamb of God hit. It was like Lamb of God, Kill Switch, Machine Head had their resurgence, but other than that, that was like metal's last hurrah in the mainstream. Sadly,
I really wish more people, especially more people outside the area, had a chance to see the Deep Ellum movement. Because that's what we were back then. To us, Red Element, One Click Left, Blitz, Grain, Daimonian, VOV, South 40, and all them. There was so many, such great talent, and such that we just kept pushing, and we would not give up, and that was it. We just never gave up without a fight. Even Low Gear and Driven Below and all them. Were still. Driven Below is just starting to come out, but there's just so many great bands back then that I wish more people had a chance to see.
Kick ass. That's great conversation.
Right. And Grain and Crush Point were always a 1-2 punch too, especially with you drew in, like you said, Negative 263 and My Plastic Friends. That right there was a hell of a show.
Oh, absolutely. Grain and Within Chaos, that was the show to go to, because whoever opened did their damnedest to make sure that whoever played after them really, really regretted playing after them.
This is true. Yeah, a lot of people said that about and that's kind of what happened with Verdict of Vengeance. We changed our name from Daimonian to VOV. Of course, we went on the Taste of Chaos tour in 2008 and played up at the Riverfest in Little Rock. And I'd say that was still one of the biggest highlights of my life.
Oh, yeah.
Riverfest?
Yeah, dude. Anytime a local band was able to tour outside of the state and actually, in fact, outside of the region, if you went up to the Midwest or you went, all the way to the West Coast, like you'd come back to DFW and like, people that weren't familiar with you were suddenly familiar with you. And then you come back home and like the crowds were bigger because it was like, oh, these other people like you. Okay, I'll start liking you.
Right. And if I recall correctly, Grain actually got to play the Whiskey A Go-Go, didn't y'all?
We did twice, and they were both sold out shows, and it was awesome.
I bet. Man, I would have loved to have tried that.
Oh, it was so great, and our manager sprung for 2 nights at the villa at the what is it, Chateau Marmont, the villa where John Belushi died. We actually stayed in that villa for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
I'm imagining the piles of cocaine.
It was green.
There were many blunts of blueberry flavored weed.
All right. Hello, LA. Well, the grain music is definitely worthy. I'm not surprised that, y'all had that much, success, if you will. I wished it would have been more and y'all could have paid some bills and made more music. Because I get the experience of having got to know you and then getting to know all your music, and fucking I love Green. I just can't believe
thanks,
for
man.
the rest of my life I'll have to suck it because I never got to see Green.
I wouldn't say never.
The thing is, like the whole scene, all of us, not just Grain, but that whole scene, it kind of died out around the time that As I Lay Dying exploded. And if you'll notice, when they exploded, all metal bands started to sound like As I Lay Dying. And it seems like for the last the last 15 years, everybody has kind of been cookie cuttering that synthesized metalcore sound. And to each their own. If they enjoy doing that music, cool. But what was cool about our scene was like everybody, we weren't trying to sound like each other. We were all trying to carve our own piece of the pie. And that's what all good scenes need to have.
2000, 2005, somewhere in there.
Well, it was late 2000s, like probably 2005, 2006. For me, it feels like the wave crested.
Because I was definitely going to see bands and supporting the local scene. But you're right, it was a lot of that As I Lay Dying type stuff at that time.
It felt like the wave crested around like 2007 to 2009 because Grain broke up 07. Blackening, the Machine Head album, came out in 08, which was pretty much the perfect album for that scene. And then Within Chaos got signed and they went on Ozfest, and then they broke up like in the middle of Ozfest. And it felt like that was the pinnacle for the DFW metal scene, sadly.
Broke up on the Ozfest.
Yeah, on tour.
Well, and see, I did see Within Chaos, but it was after that. They were playing Ridgely Theater back in the beginning of Outlaw Video TV. You can see the interview on this YouTube channel. So I started paying attention to music again probably around 2005 ish, and then was doing a magazine for a minute, and then started doing video probably 2008, 2009. That's when I really, started going to all the shows.
Yeah. See, what was cool was like you'd have like these Metalgate or Slugfest or Ridgely Metal Fest that would be headlined by bands like All That Remains or Trivium would headline these shows, or In This Moment, like big top tier fucking metal bands would headline these shows, and you'd get exposed to like this much larger audience. But it feels like if there's a festival around here, it's all locals, which is cool, but you're not going to get the crowds, you're not going to get the eyes, you're not going to get the non-local fans to pay attention and tell their friends. Right.
That's one of Jerry Warden's #1 complaints about the scene. You know that?
What's that?
As much as he likes what he supports what he does, because it's his business, if you will. Oh, shout out to Element 80. That's Metal Steve from earlier. But it's that the local promoters aren't putting together local bands with a big touring band. And, he's right. Because of him, my band's opened up for Diamond Head, Raven, Mike Tramp of White Lion, opened for Mike Tramp of White Line. You know, a bunch of bands, bunch of different kind of headlining acts where people actually go out to see that other act also. So I think that's very important to try to, you know, do shows with local bands. You know, now Trees is pretty good about it.
There was a guy back in our days named Ted Cromer, God rest his soul, that would actually, he was putting together the Ridgely Metal Fest, and he was the one who would actually get some of these bigger acts to come and play his shows at the Ridgely.
Who was
and
it?
His name was Ted Cromer, and it was the Ridgely Metal Fest.
Yeah. I went to a bunch of fests out there. You know, I mean, Ridgely was the shit for a while.
And Ridgely was so awesome back then.
It was probably around 2008, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was
when I started going to Ridgely and those metal fests and shit out there.
And, you know, like I said, like we were just saying a while ago, you know, Lord Slug had Slugfest. And, you know, there were just all these big, you know, I mean, we did the festivals because a lot of people would do the local shows, but, you know, the festivals brought a lot of the bands together. And back then, we didn't really give a shit if you were new metal, thrash metal, rap rock, whatever. We were all a community, all working together to do the same thing. And that's what we all respected about each other. And that's why, like, we had such successful events back then, you know, because, you know, you would have Blitzed, you know, which you didn't get to see a lot of these shows, but, you know, bands like them playing with bands like Green, and, you know, Blitz is more like rap rock meets, you know, almost like, you know, Rage Against the Machine beats Limp Bizkit kind of stuff versus, you know, straight up in your face heavy. But we were all a community and we all worked together, and that's what separated, you know, some of these bands from others. And, you know, there's a lot of talent within all that too. Like my old bass player Al from Dimona was probably one of the best bass players I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, he doesn't play anymore, but, you know, they're just back then, you know, if the scene now could be even half, no offense to anybody, but if the scene now could even be half of what it was back then and start working with each other instead of against each other, the scene itself would grow just from that alone. Whether we're a tribute band, a cover band, an original band, and no matter what genre or style, if we work together, then we can really do something. And that's just the way I feel about it.
I'm right there with you. That's
absolutely
what we're doing right here.
Absolutely. And another thing that's missing from modern word of mouth is imagination. Like, everybody has a phone, so you know what the band looks like, what the band sounds like. Back in the day, you could just say, this band was amazing, I can't believe it, you need to see them. And just because you trusted your friend's word, you went to go see this band, and you had nothing to go on. You had to have a physical CD, and not everybody had that. You know, MySpace was like a new thing. Napster, you know, and LimeWire, you could download these songs, but then you'd get like a whole bunch of computer viruses. So you just basically had to believe your friend who has a good taste in music. It's like, all right. And then if you'd never been to a local show and you went to a good one between like 2003 and 2008 at Curtain Club or Lasers, or, you know, the old Tomcats over in Deep Ellum, or Galaxy Club, you'd be converted.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Those are the days.
We've even rocked out little places like the Red Blood Club.
Oh, yeah.
Back then in 2008, 2007.
I think by Red Blood was more like 2005 and before. After that, it became RBC, and it became like a dance club, and then it became like a vampire club. And
yeah, it was 2003-ish. That's when I was in Prototype Syndicate, and we actually played out there. So did Ultrasonic Guillotine.
Back when Terror Crew Productions used to run things over there with like Dead Set and
Good old Randy.
And Insignia.
I remember Insignia. Man, that brings back memories.
Yeah, dude. Matt
production shows.
Yeah, Matt Louderback. He's the one that first hooked us up with our first out of town shows. He hooked us up with the San Antonio shows, and even though we didn't get paid, he would give us a place to stay. He'd give us booze. He'd give us weed, and he would look the other way when we would trespass on the Riverwalk at 4 a.m. and throwing furniture into the water and peeing on the Alamo. By the way, Ozzy was clearly Ozzy was clearly a moron because we all 4 of us in Grain peed on the Alamo and no one said shit.
Wow!
But you weren't dressed like a lady.
Well, that's just how we.
No, we were dressed. We were dressed like a bunch of hooligans that shouldn't be out that late.
Ozzy
you did not want to pass out at an after party.
Ozzy supposedly was.
Dude,
a robe.
Dude, whatever was able to be gripped with 1 or possibly 2 hands was getting glued to your forehead if you passed out early.
Oh yeah, we actually had an after party with my plastic friends, VOV and Lord Slug, and we were over at our friend Kim's house, and one of the guys in Lord Slug passed out, one of the twins, and oh my gosh, that graffiti we drew all over his face, and not only that, he got teabagged. Good stuff.
All right, let's make sure we got Steve. He's in the chats, and he's got a couple of decent comments here, or worthy comments. I apologize. Did the death of Dave Williams and Dimebag play into the of the local scene on the verge of blowing up?
I will say the death of Dave Williams definitely took the wind out of all of the local metal bands' sales. Absolutely. Like even if you weren't a fan of Drowning Pool, that was like one of the people that was like your cousin dying. Even though I knew nothing of Drowning Pool except for what I saw and what I had heard, it felt like you lost a family member with Dave. When Dime died, that basically brought all of Texas down, regardless of industry.
True story. Second to that, he says, plus you had Robert Miguel promoting the hell out of local bands on the edge, right?
Robert Miguel would promote you. Robert Miguel would promote you if you provided him with what he needed. But if you didn't, he didn't give 2 shits about you. That was my experience.
Yeah,
I didn't bring him coke or strippers, and he treated me like an asshole. So whatever.
Oh man, you haven't brought me strippers. But anyway,
I know. And
we give more than 2 shits around.
Yeah. I will say Robert Miguel came out and emceed the Pledge of Allegiance tour in whatever that was, 2001, I think. And when he came out onto the stage, people booed him until he left the stage.
Wow.
And that was Slipknot. And that was Slipknot, System of a Down, Rammstein, and in their heyday in the 2001.
Damn,
I think it was actually I think it was actually pre 9/11, and people were not having any Robert Miguel on that show.
I don't know what you mean, but yeah, and then you had Chaz over at the Curtain Club doing his live and local show.
Chaz was cool. Chaz hooked us up. Chaz hooked a lot of really great local bands up with this show on Live and Local 105.3. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, BOV played on there a couple of times.
What was the on QTV? Who used to do that? That one chick, and she became a radio DJ.
Laura Miller.
Shit. No, local
Not
chick.
Cindy, it wasn't Cindy Skull.
Not Cindy Skull. No. Fuck.
While you're
she
thinking,
was
on the screen, I'm
Okay.
sharing Chaz's Facebook page, the local show with Chaz. Jonathan Davis remembers Dimebag video. And so there you go. If y'all want to go say hello to Chaz and listen to his thing on the 128 DB Rock, the local show with Chaz.
Nice.
Appreciate everything you've always done for all the bands and hooking everybody up like that, bro. You've always.
And I just missed the good old days.
Yeah, what's funny about the?
Well,
I was just gonna say.
Doing stuff now.
Go ahead.
Similar, you know, who's
That's Kurt Joy. We can't hear you, Kurt. You're gonna have to yell into that microphone. Put that microphone up to your mouth. Don't make me kill Tony. You suck on that thing if you have to. Stick it down your throat. We just need to hear you.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about that. It was like, yeah, the good old days were great, but at the time, I don't know about you, but I was so full of anxiety and, like fear of I might fuck this up that I wasn't able to enjoy it until it was over. And then I went, oh yeah, those were good times. But at the time I was like, oh God, don't fuck this up. And that's no way to live.
I felt that way too sometimes, honestly, especially because you got a big show coming up and you're like, we cannot fuck this up. If we fuck this up, we're screwed, and not in a good way.
Well, I think most of that it has been for me my whole life. I mean, I haven't always been broke, but like half my life I have been. And so, it has to do with money. When I can barely afford to get to the gig, or whatever the circumstances are that are because of money. That's the thing that's always stressed me in all of my environments, including being in a band and performing and all of that.
How's that? Can you hear me better now?
Hear you great.
There we go.
Let me say, for the record, I think that, if you enjoy playing, I think one of the important things about playing original music is, like you said, you need to be able to enjoy what you're doing. I'm not saying it's wrong to play music to make money. I think that's a damn good idea, but it needs to be your first love, because that's what you're going to be doing, in my opinion, every day. I spend a solid 8 hours a day, every day playing music. And that means on guitar and singing. And anyway, so I think that when you practice and are prepared, playing a gig is all fun. There's no real pressure to that at all. The pressure is only because, you can't afford a shot of whiskey. You don't have any weed, the simple things.
Right. Like, yeah, you don't have any food. Yeah, I get it, man. So what do we got out now? I mean, who's doing stuff now radio wise to help? I mean, is there any local things that are going on besides, KNON? I mean, I know that's always kind of there, but I mean, we've got stuff like this, obviously,
Well, since you brought it up, hey, thanks for saying blow your brains out. But KNON, that'd be tomorrow night, the Hard Knocks radio. Is that what it is?
Okay, and Noon's been doing that thing for years.
Does anybody else even know the name of the show? It's on KNON every Thursday night, and it's
Hard Time Radio. I think it is.
What?
I think it's Hard Time Radio. I might be
Hard
wrong.
Time Radio. Thank you very much. Hard Time.
I remember back in the days listening to KNON going,
Here we go. That's Thrash and Allen So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on the screen because, you know, I like celebrating these people. That's why I brought up Chaz earlier. But I do have something to tell you. 25 years of metal right here, Hard Time Radio on KNON. And that is that Sylvia has been doing the show a lot in Allen's Place. And Sylvia is a real sweetheart. Every time I see her, it's a thrill. She's John Perez's girl. And so John Perez played lead guitar with Rotting Corpse on Saturday. So I got to spend good time with both of them.
Nice.
Yep. And so I'm going to tell everybody, please get your ass over to KNON tomorrow night and listen to Sylvia on Hard Time Radio. All right. Who else?
Yeah. Who else?
Does anybody ever listen to Chaz on his radio show? Does anybody have that 1DB28128D whatever? Do y'all have the app?
I've got the app. Actually looked into a station at one point in time. Man, it's expensive to do that, man. Mm-hmm. They charge you by listeners. And if you have one listener that like leaves your show on like 24 hours, it like eats up all the time that you buy. It's tripped out, man. I don't know if you know anything about
it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, what about if you got in under this channel, though?
I don't know.
In other words, the channel is called 128db.com. I'm trying to get over to the website right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're talking about listening to it, that's totally different. But I'm talking about if you tried to do your own station or something like that, it's fairly expensive on the 128 network.
All right. And does it help to go with someone else or under someone else's? I guess it does, huh? Very interesting. All right. So, but you do have the app. You just don't ever listen?
I had a guy that put us on a radio station. And so I was listening to it from that, but that was about it. I wasn't really like diving into it or anything like that, trying to learn about it or anything.
All right, fair enough. Well, real quick, so I'm going to go through this and turn it off. Look, it's got Guns N' Roses up here right now. Oh, it did. It changed. It had Guns N' Roses. Now it says Untitled Artist. But let's see. Terms, privacy, rock radio schedule, rock radio. Let's see if it's got Chaz on the schedule or anyone else. The Metal Rob Show. Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop. The Crypt with Carcass John. Hey, Carcass John does a show over there. That's right. I have heard. So Carcass John has a show over there. So this is my question. Do you think Carcass John, do you know who he is?
No, I don't.
He's a graphic artist. He did like the War Beast logo. That's where I met him and kind of got to know him. Was back when he was working with War Beast back in the day.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, he's done so many videos and logos and album covers in the last 20 years for local bands. It's crazy, or 15 years.
Excellent.
Yeah, so he'd be a pretty cool show guy to listen to if anybody is interested. 9 p.m. Crypt with Carcass John. So the Metal Rob Show, I don't know who that is. So here's Alter Ego with Carcass John on Tuesday. Wednesday night, they got Eddie Trunk Rocks going up against us in the 8 p.m. slot. So this doesn't look like it's even an all-day thing. These are just, hey, we've got 2 shows on Thursday. We've got 6 shows on Friday. Here he is. Power Chords with Chaz. It's a replay, though, it says. 4 p.m. Friday. Here we go. Thursday, 8 p.m. That's right. That's when Chaz show his airs. 8 p.m. Thursday. So he's at the same time as Hard Time Radio.
Usually not a good move, but I mean, some people listen to this day, but I wish there was a way we can all just calibrate what we do in a way so that way we can all work in tandem as opposed to against each other.
Well, I agree. So while I'm talking about it, I mean, I'm telling everyone about these people on my show where I pay money to do the show. Y'all invest your good time, and we all have an
Right.
effect together. And so, anyway, if anybody's interested, I think what you do is download the app. Is the app free, Kurt?
It is.
All right. And you can listen to these shows, and maybe there's a way you can contact these people. Maybe they actually have an audience, and maybe they can mention your shows and play your band's music and mention your shows and things.
Speaking of all, I had a question, Dave, about video air. Getting on like college video, is that what you're doing?
Getting on what?
Yes. Yeah, getting on college radio. It takes a little while because basically what I do is I will set aside a certain amount of time and I will go, okay, Biloxi, Mississippi, and I will just go for Biloxi, Mississippi college radio. And then from there, you have to go through and actually look at each one of these and see which one actually will play your style of music. It's a tedious process, but you know it's part of the grind these days. You know, and instead of driving into a city that doesn't know you and you're playing for 15 people, now you are basically promoting yourselves to the college radio with their lack of knowledge of who you are. So be as descriptive as you can. Just be as descriptive as possible about who you are, what you have done, and be as concise as possible. They're not trying to read 3 or 4 pages of your bio. Okay, give them a taste of what you kind of sound like. Give them a link to your top 1 or 2 songs, and be very grateful that they have even taken the time to read your email, whether they have or not. Just make sure the emphasis is thank you very much for your time in just reading this email. And you know what? For every 100 that you spam, you might get 1 response. But it's cool because they will play your shit, and then who knows? That might open up other avenues for you. But I would definitely say start with DFW and then work your way outward. Go to Central Texas, go to Oklahoma, go to Louisiana, go to New Mexico. And also do some investigating as to what cities have a high concentration of listeners of your style of music.
Right on.
Okay, I agree. Unless Kurt has further, I suggest let's get back to Dallas-Fort Worth and talk about any other mediums. We've talked about KNON and that 12db.com. Is there any, and blow your brains out? Thanks to y'all, because I couldn't do this. We're doing it together. But is there anyone else? Who are you missing?
Are there any of the regular stations have any local shows anymore? I mean, are they just don't do it or what?
You mean like the Eagle? Does the Eagle have a local show?
Yeah.
I doubt it. But I don't know.
I mean, radio, like actual, like Clear Channel, iHeartRadio, that is an avenue, but good luck with that. You're better off going for the smaller frequency stations because they're more they pride themselves on not playing the hits.
Right on.
Right. Okay. Good call. And so you're suggesting that even if you're focusing on Biloxi, Mississippi, it's just not your priority. You're going to go with college radio in that format before you go with even a local show on a bigger commercial radio format.
Absolutely. I would say with each spamming session that you set aside, time for yourself to literally get together a really good press email that is not too long, that says who you are, what you sound like. If you've played some really good gigs, mention the ones that they would actually know the names of, and then include either an MP3 for your best song or links to your latest release or whatever you think is your best song. And I would say for each time that you sit down, designate a single state for that evening. So, you know, it's tomorrow, Thursday night, you have a window of about, 4 hours. Okay, focus only on college radios in Oklahoma, and then just, think Tulsa and Lawton and OKC. And it's the little steps, it's these little steps that you take day after day that will eventually build up to a really good potential following.
Right on. I know
That
I've
actually makes
asked
sense.
a lot of stuff from AI, real similar, and you saying a lot of the stuff that I've written or read on AI. Asking the same sort of questions.
Busted, Dave Jarvis. How did you know he's reading script off of Chat GPT?
No. This is me.
But what I'm
You're talking about
no,
me or
I'm
him?
totally playing.
I'm
of course you are, Dave.
I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is though is it makes sense. I mean, the bottom line is
you're really good at it.
You gotta find those places and bust your ass and put in the work. I mean, that's what it's really about.
Absolutely. And if you want a little bit of a cheat code, here, I'll lay it out on you. You will probably have better luck hitting up places that are not in America, because Canada, Mexico, Europe, Japan, they are a lot more starved for American music than America is.
South America,
right.
That's very, very true. I actually, my bass player in Lost in Nostalgia was in a band called Sir 7. And even though they were a cover band and had a few regular, original songs, their stuff was very popular across seas.
All right, well, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and shut down, blow your brains out. There's no need to promote music in Dallas-Fort Worth anymore.
Well, it's no reason to. I mean, there's just no avenues besides this right here. I'm telling you,
people
this is it,
in America suck.
This is all we got. This is Dallas.
We're moving the show. We're moving the show to El Salvador.
Lost in Nostalgia will now be playing in Turkey.
I mean, it really goes back to what I was saying earlier, where it was like we would have to play outside of DFW and get popular there, and then come back to DFW, and then DFW would see, oh, you did well over there. Okay, your fan base is now grown. Same thing.
It's okay to like you. It's okay to like
you. You'll notice North Texas is a lot more receptive to bands and artists outside of Texas than they are to artists from Texas.
Right.
That warms my heart, bro, every time I hear you say that, because I haven't done a lot in life, but one thing I have been fortunate enough to do is I've brought multiple bands here to play from other areas, and I didn't do much for them, but I did just enough to get them to be here. And like some of it's gone down as historical. And then I've also done a lot of different things to get bands to play outside of this area and have that experience you're talking about. And so that's pretty kick-ass.
As long as you enjoy yourself, man.
I have, dude. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Johnny Yarborough, Outlaw Video. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Ricky, has Jerry ever thought about doing a Heavy Metal Hall of Fame radio station?
Bro, it's money.
Right.
Right,
I got you.
Jerry's you know, his hands are full with what he's trying to do with what he's got. He goes to school full time. I don't know if everybody knows that, but Jerry goes to school. He's finishing up his BAD master's degree, whatever it is. There's 3 letters there that go with it, but you know, he's going to have a master's degree in marketing.
Nice.
Yeah. And he won't be able to do much with it. You know. Well, I mean, think about it. You know, he's 65. I'm 60. You know, you never know, though. As soon as I say that, and he does also, you know, anybody could come calling.
Right.
You know?
It's true. It's true.
I mean, Jerry definitely has a lot of value to bring to the party. All right, we've got a Pittsburgh Steeler. Anybody feeling lucky? I can tell you now, I don't, and I ain't. So I'm talking to this fella or lady backstage right now, wanting to get on the show. I've posted the link. You know, it's an open panel, so anybody can come in to the backstage area. But what I need you to do, since I don't know who the fuck you are, I see Pittsburgh Steelers. Looks like it. I need you to comment in the chats and tell us who you are. And otherwise, you have to be respectful, because I love to have an open panel and everyone is welcome. I just have to know who you are, because I'm not going to have any accidental dicks plop onto my screen.
Like Mr. Scream from Wayne's World 2.
Dude, I don't know if any of y'all have seen the episode, but there was an early episode that I was on, and somebody came in, and we thought they were all good, and Rick just let them onto the chat, and it was just a guy stroking his dick until Rick kicked him off. So yeah, this is no disrespect to anybody that's trying to get on the panel. We're just trying to make sure that all you've got in your hand is your tablet.
Yeah, it's just to get on the panel, not get off the panel. Okay.
Hey man, you know, I used to be a kid.
Dick in one
I
hand,
like a good prankster. I like a good prankster, and I like a good prank, and I have a lot of appreciation for someone who can get through, you know, but it's not what I'm here for.
Remember the Jerky Boys, all that stuff they used to do?
I'm blind. Oh Jesus!
Oh, of course, dude. Jerky Boys, man, they were great. They were that perfect pre-Adam Sandler humor that the America was craving.
Yeah,
awesome. Jerky Boys.
That name does ring a bell.
So what were they doing? Were they pranksters doing prank calls? And
yeah, that's what they would do. They'd fuck with people, man.
Yeah. So where did you hear the Jerky Boys? Like on morning talk show radio or something?
You know, where did I hear it? I want to say, yeah, I think that's where I started hearing it from.
Makes
then it
sense.
kind of caught on a little bit.
I got clued into it by my Weird Al Yankovic friends.
Okay.
They were like, "Oh, you love Amish Paradise? Oh, you'll love this CD." It was like a secret CD. It was like a secret CD that never charted, but like all of your friends had heard it.
Yeah.
As I walk through the valley where I harness my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain.
Mm.
I'm a big
so Johnny Yarbrough is asking, how have you been, bro? I've been so lonely without you.
So what do you got music to listen to tonight? What are we going to listen to?
Well, before we listen to some music, we're going to have a weekly concert calendar.
Right. But what do you got queued up for us later?
Cyarb 76 is back, yo. Oh no, I don't think
that's Johnny.
I don't think it's Johnny. If it's Johnny, is he in the chat saying it's Johnny? And then
Yeah, it's me, Johnny TV. Sayarb76 says
And
Johnny.
then the truth is I don't trust him because he's the one that let Jim Terry on last time. But don't go, Johnny, if it's you, hang in there. I do have my phone here, and I also have my email open. So let me see if he sent an email or anything. No email. All right. So let's roll the dice and see what happens, everybody, with
okay, you got a 3 and a 2.
Johnny Yarborough.
What's up? I don't got time for no games like that no more. Outlaw Video. I don't got no more. I don't got time.
Johnny.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? Good to see you guys. Look, listen here, Outlaw Video.
So good to see you, Johnny.
I'm good to see you good too, brother. I'm good to see you too. I got some good news, guys. I'm about to go. I'm going under. I'm about to have surgery October 8th. They're taking 80% of my stomach out of me. I'm only going to have a size of a banana of a stomach left. So I don't got time to play no games no more. And I want to apologize.
All right, banana stomach.
And I want to apologize to you and Outlaw Video, you and Dave Jarvis.
You owe me no apology, man. I'll always remember you as Butterstick Mouth. But now you're
wow.
But now you're banana stomach.
Yeah, banana stomach. Yeah, so I've been losing weight like crazy. I lost 33 pounds already. Outlaw Video.
Ozempic?
No, Wegovia.
Hey man, whatever makes you feel good, man.
Hey man, I've been rocking out with my cock out, bro. That's all I've been doing.
Damn right. All
So
night long.
How you guys been? How you guys been?
You're looking good there, Johnny Yarborough. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna say it looks like you got a haircut. You looking smooth, sir.
Yep, I go meet my team tomorrow morning at 8:00. That's doing the surgery on me. They're going to meet my anesthesia. I'm going to meet my doctor again. I'm going to meet her assistant. I'm meeting a lot of people tomorrow. So it's very what it is going to be a new life change for me and stuff like that. I've been doing videos about it and yeah, my last show I had a show earlier today at 5:00. I had a show at 5:00, and we bagged on some more people. We bagged on Leanne and shit like that, and Leanne's causing trouble. Leanne's causing trouble, and so we bagged on her. Leanne's got her own show now, and we've been letting her do whatever she wants to do, and I'm back over here.
Johnny Yarborough, let's fill in just a little bit. We met online through a large group of crazy people. And then you and I spent 6 months together on your show every week.
Yep.
Together. And you would pop on Blow Your Brains Out from time to time. And then the person that we have in common the most is Arkansas. So are you still friendly with Arky?
I don't have a problem with her. We're just not talking.
Well, I guess she's busy because, I just get a message from her. Like, she'll text me once or twice. Once every month or two and just ask how I'm doing, which I think is always cool that she at least stays in touch like that.
Yeah, and every time that you come on, I come on in your chat room and ask you how you doing. But I know you're busy with your show and all, and sometimes it's hard for you to read the chat. But, I've been here, bro. I just want to let you know I've been here in spirit. I've been here in spirit. But I want to let you know, I want to let Outlaw Video know right now, and Dave Jarvis, brothers, I love y'all to pieces. I'm sorry for the disrespect of the porn bomb. It would never happen again. I didn't know he was going to do that. I didn't know he was going to do that shit. But I want to apologize out of the bottom of my heart because you guys have been there in my corner since y'all been there.
Oh, dude, it wasn't a big deal. So don't worry about it that much. It surprised me more than anything because the last thing I expected was Jim Terry to pop up with a picture of a dick on the screen.
Well,
but
what he did, he used my name. What happened? He used my name. He used my name.
Yeah, but you gave him the link, is what happened.
Yeah, I did. I gave him the link. Yeah, I did.
And I don't hold it against you, dude. I've had people do so many worse things to me than that. I don't hold it against you at all. So thank you for apologizing. But,
Hey, man, the fact is that that's some funny shit, though.
Well, it's actually funny because, you know, I told you that I'm a prankster. Man, I have appreciation for a prankster who can get through, you know. And even if it took Johnny selling me out, it was still the only way Jim Terry was ever going to get back on this show. And he did it, like one last finale. So, you know, shit, dude, I don't hate anybody. I'm not a hater.
How many times I get porn bombed when you were on my show, Outlaw?
Well, I don't know. You know, I mean, it used to be a regular thing.
Outlaw was on my show, and he says, "Oh, that was a penis."
Oh! I think I remember that time.
Yeah. How's your gray kitty doing?
Well, Johnny, it's good to see you tonight, man. Thank you for popping in. We were about to wrap up, so your timing is fucking awesome.
Right,
before we go, give us some Five Finger Death Punch updates. What's going on with your band?
With my band, they just released their 25th anniversary album, and it's pretty fucking cool. They got a lady on there from what's her name? In This Moment. They got her singing on a song, End of Time, and it's very awesome, dude. It's let me just tell you that it's very awesome.
Oh, I'll bet, man. What's that chick's name? Anybody know the chick from In This Moment?
Betty something.
Maria, right?
Maria Brink.
Yeah, Maria
Brink is her last name. Brink.
All right. Excellent singer, excellent bands. Thank you for being here, Johnny Yarborough.